We will call the Appomattox Town Council November meeting to order. I'd like to welcome all our visitors here tonight. Appreciate you coming out. This time will be led in prayer by Reverend Duck, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Reverend Duck.
Heavenly Father, we're very grateful for this day. We're very grateful for this season that we celebrate. We're thankful tonight for our country. We're thankful tonight for our heritage. We thank you tonight for the red, the white, and the blue. And we're thankful tonight for our veterans who have served our country courageously to purchase our freedom. And we also are grateful tonight for this community, what it stands for, its people. We're thankful tonight that people working together certainly accomplish much. And further tonight, we're very appreciative and very thankful. It's good to see Mrs. Jameson here tonight and her family. And we are grateful for her great husband who did so much for this community. His life, his legacy just shouts with acclamations of the things that he accomplished for this community. And we come with appreciation for that. And now we pray that you'll guide in this council tonight, direct everything that is said and accomplished. May you be glorified in and through our living daily. And we give you the glory and the praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
This time I'll entertain a motion on approval of the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I would just like to make a motion to amend the agenda to request chairing the council for a day essay committee and to be placed the said motion under new business.
Motion to amend the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and properly seconded. Any discussion? All in favor of the amendment to the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Any discussion on the agenda as amended? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Cardwell. This time we'll have a proclamation read by Councilmember Cardwell. Mr. Cardwell.
Town of Appomattox, Virginia, a proclamation in memoriam honoring the life and legacy of William Bill Edward Jamerson Sr. Whereas William Bill Edward Jamerson Sr. was born in Appomattox County on February 12, 1934, and passed peacefully at his home in Appomattox, Virginia on October 19, 2025. And whereas Bill was a loving husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and brother whose greatest joy was his family, including his devoted wife of 69 years, Ellen Paulette Jamerson. His sons, William Edward Ed Jamerson Jr. of Old Lynn, Connecticut, and Philip Jamerson of Appomattox. His grandchildren, William Trevor Jamerson, Brittany Diane Jamerson, and Melissa Ann Jamerson. His great-grandchildren, Liam, Clifton, and Remy. His sister, Mary Lou Harrison of Appomattox, and numerous nieces and nephews and cousins. And whereas Bill served his community as a gifted builder and entrepreneur, founding J.E. Jamerson's and Sons, Incorporated with his father, J.E. Dutch Jamerson, and helping shape the physical and economic landscape of Appomattox and the greater region through a lifetime of honest work and steadfast leadership. Whereas Bill was deeply committed to faith and service, a charter member of Grace Hills Baptist Church, and instrumental in establishing the Grace Hills Early Learning Center, which he faithfully supported and visited embodying his conviction that investing in children and families strengthens an entire community. And whereas Bill answered the call of civic duty as a former member of the Appomattox County Board of Supervisors and as a board member of numerous organizations, giving generously of his time, counsel, and resources to advance education, youth development, and community well-being. And whereas Bill's lifelong connection to athletics and education began at Appomattox High School, where he was a multi-sport letterman, and continued at Virginia Tech, where he graduated in 1956, started at tackle on 1954, undefeated football team, and was named to the All-Southern Conference Scholastic Team in 1955, later serving as graduate assistant coach in 1956. And whereas Bill distinguished himself nationally as a football official, including 21 seasons with the Atlantic Coast Conference, approximately 200 college games, 11 bowl games, and multiple national championship assignments, representing Appomattox with professionalism, fairness, and dignity. And whereas, in recognition of his exemplary service and leadership, Bill received an honorary doctorate from the University of Lynchburg and the Alumni Distinguished Service Award from Virginia Tech. Honors reflecting a lifetime of integrity, excellence, and generosity. And whereas Bill's legacy is measured not only in the buildings he helped raise or games he helped steward, but in the countless lives he touched through quiet philanthropy, mentorship, and kindness, reminding all of us that communities are built by people who give more than they take. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the mayor and town council of the town of Appomattox that we honor and celebrate the life and enduring legacy of William Bill Edward Jamerson Sr. And be it further proclaimed that November 10th, 2025 is hereby recognized in the town of Appomattox as William Bill Edward Jamerson Sr. Day, in grateful remembrance of his extraordinary contributions. And be it furthermore proclaimed that the town extends its deepest sympathies to the Jamerson family and directs that this proclamation be spread upon the minutes of the town council and in gross copy be presented to his family with our profound respect and appreciation. Adopted this 10th day of November 2025 by the Town Council of the Town of Appomattox, Virginia. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
May I say
Thank you.
something? Okay.
Yes.
What an absolutely wonderful tribute and so well written. And on behalf of my family, Ed and Terry and Philip, and our extended family, I want to thank the council for this honor. It is quite an honor. Bill grew up just about a block from here up the street. I don't know if you all knew that or not. And he began his paper route very early, when he was just a young boy. And he was very popular in the neighborhood, but even before he was a teenager, he could build or fix or repair anything in the neighborhood. So and he loved his community. He loved the people here. He loved the town. Of course, he loved Virginia Tech. He loved his football officiating, and I was just very blessed to have known him actually for 74 years, and we were married for 69 years. And our family, we were blessed with their 2 sons and Terry and their extended family. Thank you again for this wonderful tribute and honor.
Of course.
Thank y'all for coming out tonight.
You are
We
so welcome.
appreciate it.
How old were you when you got married? You two got married?
I was 21, but
Okay.
it's,
She was pregnant.
No, we started together, dating together when he went to Virginia Tech in 1952. So went through all those football years, so I was Virginia Tech oriented and never left that.
It wouldn't have done you a bit of good to not be. It was all in, but it was he led a wonderful life, We have him to thank for our library and so many other things in the town, in the county, in the community. He was a wonderful man. And the museum,
Thank you, not just here, but in Lynchburg also.
absolutely.
We
The
have
YMCA.
received hundreds of cards and tribute and contributions, and it's just, has been absolutely amazing to me, even though I knew I was married to a very wonderful man.
Yeah. And as I said, he had a wonderful wife
Thank you.
and children. I'll include you and your brother. So we appreciate you coming, and we wish you well. We really do.
Thank you again.
Well, I tell you, I've enjoyed working with Michael on some stuff we've been working on in town. Just wanted to let you know, in case y'all don't like it.
Thank you, Philip, I appreciate that.
TMI again.
We like him real well.
We're very proud of having brought Michael to our community to assist us in doing better for the community. And he worked with Philip on a project we got upcoming. I think it'll be a great improvement to our community. And it's all the Jamerson legacy. We thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening.
A little chilly out there.
A little bit.
I'll talk to George and Thomas and Stafford. Tell them we need a little bit more inside. I'll talk to the weather team and order some nicer weather.
Please do.
Thank you.
See you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next item is a proclamation to designate the week of November 9th through the 15th, 2025 as Nurse Practitioners Week. If y'all bear with me. Nurse Practitioners Week proclamation to designate the week of November 9th through the 15th, 2025 as Nurse Practitioners Week. Whereas nurse practitioners, NPs, are advanced practice registered nurses who have master's and often doctorate degrees and extensive clinical training in the diagnosis and management of common and complex medical conditions. And whereas nurse practitioners provide high-quality primary, acute, and specialty healthcare services while emphasizing health promotion, disease prevention, health education and counseling, partnering with patients to improve their health. And whereas nurse practitioners work to expand healthcare access in communities across our state, promote health equity in care, and improve health outcomes for all. And whereas psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners support the increasing demand for mental health and substance abuse services by diagnosing and educating patients, prescribing medications, and managing treatment plans. And whereas there are more than 385,000 licensed nurse practitioners in the United States and more than 17,500 licensed nurse practitioners in Virginia. And whereas there's more than 3,500 nurse practitioners in Virginia are practicing with autonomous licenses, thereby increasing access to patient care in the Commonwealth. And whereas the confidence that patients have in nurse practitioners to deliver health care is evidenced by the more than 1 billion visits made annually to nurse practitioners across the country. Whereas nearly 6 decades of research demonstrates the high quality of care provided by nurse practitioners. And whereas better utilization of nurse practitioners through modernized state laws and improved policies creates better health through a more accessible, efficient, cost-effective, and higher quality healthcare system. And whereas the town of Appomattox is proud to recognize and honor the service of nurse practitioners to our Commonwealth. Be it resolved, therefore, that I, Richard Connor, as mayor of town of Appomattox, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of November 9th through the 15th as Nurse Practitioners Week, and invite all citizens to join me in recognizing the countless contributions nurse practitioners have made over the past half century and will continue to make to the health and well-being of citizens. Thank you.
Jessica, we're so glad that you came and Rick, and to be on, you, all nurse practitioners, as hard as you work.
Thank you so much.
Very, very well-deserved proclamation.
We will.
I'll get it. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
We do
All have a
appreciate
good
it.
evening.
I have a couple other items on the mayor's comments tonight. I want to thank the community for coming together with the fortunately non-tragic collision of a school bus in Appomattox County. As far as I know, all the occupants are survived. There were no fatalities, but the community came together to support them and their families during their trying times. Secondly, I want to honor the folks that ran in the previous election. Mr. Hensley, congratulations. We hope to have you for the rest of the term that you fulfilled. For you for running, it was a very good contest. I appreciate y'all coming out. To Mr. Boyce and Mr. Simpson for running a good campaign. Congratulations to Mr. Simpson for moving up to the Board of Supervisors. We will miss his creative thinking and can do, get it done attitude. We appreciate that. We're glad to have Jim with his infinite guidance, experience that has helped this council to continue to work towards improving our community. We hope that the results of the elections will be very beneficial to the entire community. This time, the adoption of the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered routine by the council and will be approved or received by one motion in the form listed. Items may be removed from the consent agenda for discussion under the regular agenda upon motion of any council member duly seconded. Approval of the minutes of the October 14th, 2025 regular council meeting and the October 28th, 2025 council workshop meeting. Entertain a motion.
I'll make, yeah, and I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Is there any unfinished business to come before the council at this time? Is there any new business to come before the council at this time? Mr. Cardwell.
So, just kind of bring this up and everything. So last year, we did Mayor for a Day, and I've had these, grand ideas for how to expand it and everything. So basically, for those of y'all who don't know and the public who doesn't know, it is a essay program that coincides with the Virginia Municipal League essay contest for 7th and 8th graders. They are able to write a one-page essay that basically covers what would you do if you were mayor for a day. And we, luckily enough, had one of our own people from here in the town of Appomattox go on to win Region 7 for the VML essay, and talked about a subject that we have all been talking about for quite some time. And so it's wonderful to see how everyone has really come together around this, and it was just really inspiring to see one of our students be recognized on a state level by many councils across the state of Virginia. So it's good in any way to put us on the map in any way we can. And I would like to continue working on that program and keep on expanding it to make it better and better every single year. I'll also have a couple of ideas for our upcoming picnic, but I would also love to have your support to, I'm a chair of that committee, and to be able to get the ball rolling, get the school board to know about everything, get private schools to know about it, and also homeschool co-ops. So Basically, that's what I'm asking, is just to have your support to be able to move forward, and I'm chairing that.
It's a wonderful thing and a wonderful idea, and it went so well, and you have my support.
I move that we do it again, if we need a motion.
I will motion to empower me as chair of the council for a day essay committee.
I'll second that.
Motion made, properly seconded for the continuation of the essay contest. Mr. Cardwell as chairman. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Any other new business? Council standing committee reports. None? Thank you. Citizen comment. Appreciate you coming out. Town manager's report. Mr. Campbell.
The big news to report is that it was successfully able to get the grant application submitted on Friday for the garment factory property. It was a lot of really good work from staff and from others. Frank was very helpful. Kathy Wright helped out with it a bit. So it was a good team effort, and I got it submitted Friday afternoon. In looking at their scoring, they're very transparent in how they do the grant. I'm hopeful that we'll get, it's a 50-point, it's available, for scoring, there's 50 points there. I'm hopeful that I hit all of them, and we actually have 50 points. And I also will say that I did the math on what we're asking for per unit. It should be extremely competitive. So I'm very optimistic that we will get some money. Depending on the amount, I feel like I'm very optimistic we'll get enough for the development to proceed. So I'm excited about that. I'm hopeful that we get the entire amount that I asked. And it'll be very nice to see the garment factory taken down, and for the town to have 34 new additional housing units, affordable housing. Expected rents, it's tentative. I mean, these things change, markets change. We don't know what the construction costs will be exactly, but expected rents are $900 to $1,200 a month for 2 and 3 bedroom townhomes. Desperately needed. So I'm not exactly sure when I'll get my first bit of feedback from Virginia Housing, but I promise you, you all know as soon as I do. And so just fingers crossed, prayers and hopeful and excited about that. That's all I have.
One question, would that qualify as Section 8 housing?
No, it's not. The way that it actually works is it's just income qualified. So, because we're a rural designated area and there's a few other parameters that we meet. Typically, when you have income qualified housing, it's 80 to 120% AMI, average median income or annual median income. And with our designation, they give us more leeway. It's 80 to 150%. So the income restrictions are very lax. If I remember correctly, when I was crunching my numbers, a single person who made $90,000 a year could apply for an apartment. However, that's not really the point. The point is that, we end up with $1,000 a month apartment. we have an opportunity to keep our youth here, to bring other folks in for the workforce. And, you know, especially with the 3-bedroom units, we have family housing, it would be nice, new, and I do want to add, I didn't mention this, but I mean, I've never seen this done so quickly, and again, this is, thanks to all the help that everybody gave, and Frank and his office. But as of Friday, the garment factory is actually in the town's name. So we have ownership of it and we have a letter of intent, and basically we'll hold on to it until either the grant is granted, and then if the money that I've asked for to keep things very simple is to be allocated for the demolition of the building. That's it. So we still will be involved in the project to completion, because there's one of the requirements through Virginia Housing is it's not a hard deadline, but they expect the project to be done within 2 years. I expect the project to be done in 2 years if we get the full amount. And so, I think that, hopefully we'll see the garment factory start to get knocked down in January. But no, as far as like vouchers, it's not the same thing. That would be, I think that developer can do that. They have that option, I think, but that's not what this program is. The program is just based on a very loose income restriction. So it's targeted at lower income individuals and families.
Any other questions?
I'm very excited about this. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very excited. I've been with my career, I've been involved with a lot of, you know, groundbreakings and things like that. And I never really, that's not my thing. But to have this one go through, if we can get this one done, this will be one that I'll be very, very pleased with. This is especially, I mean, I've done massive projects, $60 million projects, but it's different. It's, you know, it's hundreds of people, it's a state or whatever, a much larger locality. For a town like Appomattox, for us to get something like this and to take a building that's been sitting for 25 years, falling to pieces, a massive building, and to replace it with something beautiful that is useful to the community. I mean, this would be one of my career accomplishments, I feel like. And I say mine, staffs, I mean, Diane and Christy, Kim, everybody came together on this. So it's been really good. And I'm just very hopeful and prayerful that it works out.
Yes, me too. 2 of my grandchildren are currently living in the townhouses that are owned and operated by Bill Jamerson and Philip. And they're really, we don't have any housing. And they are in their 20s, as you said, and if you don't and you can't find anywhere to rent, or if you're not in a position to buy right at the moment, then you're going elsewhere. And part of what we want to see is to keep our younger people, but it's not just for the younger people, because there are older people, seniors, single seniors, that live in these townhouses. I said apartments, townhouses as well.
We'll see. I think, again, I can't, we're so far early, I don't want to, I'm not making any promises, but part of the development plan may possibly include the single-story in units as well. So that would be great for you know, anyone that's it needs something that's more accessible than a townhome. So, just very much looking forward to it, and it ought to be, you know, already decided, this is certain. We're not gonna allow any ingress egress onto Confederate. So, you know, we're not gonna cause a issue there. The people will have to come in through Patricia Ann. And, yeah, just hope it works out.
Super good. Super, super good for entire community. County and county.
Absolutely.
That's what we want to see. So that's all very good news, and fingers crossed.
And really, it's at the end of the day, it'll be something like a $6 million investment in the area. So the county will reap very solid benefits off of that.
Exactly
Yeah,
so.
I think anytime we can get a win-win is always the best situation, no matter what. So anytime we're aiming for that, you know, it's awesome that we get to take down the cost of entry for many people trying to get in here and to create a life, to create a home, to create their own American dreams. So, you know, any way we can help out with that, you just keep on telling us what we need to do, and we'll keep on doing it.
And it won't be just another rental. I know that with the rentals that we do have, we're so limited. I mean, there are folks that have been living in those same units for decades. It's, and to your point, you know, when I came out here and I wasn't going to commute from Richmond, I had to go to Lynchburg.
Absolutely. It's a
I had
prime
to go
example.
I had to go to Lynchburg to get an apartment, and I didn't want to. But I had to go out there, and to find something that was a place I was willing to live was $1,500 a month. And it was not a 3-bedroom. So, yeah, it should be great.
All right. Council comments. Mr. Cardwell.
I think Mary Lou may touch on it, but tomorrow, I'm at the American Legion. They will be honoring veterans at 11 o'clock, and that is going to be, that's off of
Oakley Avenue.
Oakley
It's right
Avenue,
on
yeah.
Oakley Avenue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was all.
Mr. Hensley.
Yes. Couple things real quick. First of all, I would like to thank everyone that voted for me. Greatly appreciate that. I also want to thank Danielle for keeping me on my toes. Yes, it was pretty interesting. Second, I do want to bring up something that I've heard a lot about from the community. A lot of community concerns about Main Street. We all know there's concerns, but I've heard a lot about it, a lot lately. So I know we can't turn Main Street around. I know we've had a mirror hanging up on the building. My question is it possible to put a stop sign at the corner of Church and Main, right where you come out of Main Street, right there at the crosswalk? Is that a possibility to do that? To where these guys coming down Church Street's not doing 40 miles an hour, and people coming out of Main Street, I mean, they don't do 20, right? So, I mean, is that a possibility?
So it absolutely is a possibility. I can coordinate with VDOT. The only issue that we may have would be figuring out a way, I'm just not sure with the measurements of a sign placement and a sidewalk with ADA requirements.
Right.
But yes, I can talk to the residency. We can see about having something done. And since you brought up Main Street, I did leave out one thing. I would like, if you wouldn't mind, whatever, is there anything that we can actually update them on as far as what we're doing that's appropriate for open session?
Yes.
Okay.
I spoke to Rob Fowler about the matter with the, I'm not sure exactly what you call it, a tower of cinder blocks that's potentially, it seems to be a hazard on Main Street. And Rob has gone out and talked to the folks in that location. And based on that conversation, I believe we're gonna proceed with the next steps, which would be sending a letter requesting that it be removed or at least made safe in some manner. I understand that it is a temporary structure that is intended for use as scaffolding. But I would be concerned about the safety of it, not only for the person using it, but also for anybody who passes by it on the sidewalk. So that's what we're going to try to address. The intent is to address it as a public nuisance.
And upon further inspection, apparently the concrete blocks don't just have the foam on the outside, they've actually poured concrete inside of the holes of the blocks. But I am glad that you brought that up so that I can let you know that staff is actually, we're efforting.
It's just been an ongoing question that I keep getting, that I keep hearing from everybody in
And
the
it-
whole community.
And there's a whole history to it, and unfortunately, there's some things that we are not able to fix, but hopefully this is not one of those things.
Well, I mean, you got a pretty wide crosswalk right there. So I didn't know if it could be something on the other side of the crosswalk right before you get to the front edge of the building or not. I didn't know.
About what's the stop sign?
Yes, sir.
Stop sign.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm on the wrong page.
But, no, I think it's a solid idea. The main thing is, I just know from experience that placing a signpost would be like the big major concern, how we would do that. There's a 7-foot clearance you have to have. There's a specification for everything under the sun, I promise you. But there's also design exceptions. So I'll talk to Robert at the residency and see if we can't do something. I already have another thing to talk to him about, so.
And you're wanting, the request will be for a stop sign at the end of Main, so people going out of driving.
No, it'd be on Church, right?
It would be, so when you come down Main Street, there's already a stop sign.
Yeah.
So coming from Confederate to Main Street,
Confederate.
there would be a stop sign right at the front corner of the sign shop, right there on that, where that crosswalk is,
On Church.
on Church Street.
Church Street.
Yeah, Church and Main going south,
The only
because they
thing-
will not stop traffic coming across that railroad track.
The railroad track, and we've talked about that before in the past. I'm not saying that will stifle this request, but we were told that it would be, you cannot stop traffic that is going across that railroad track.
Well, that's
because
not,
it's
that's not the direction you're asking.
Yes,
When
the
you,
The
other
other-
way.
when you pull,
Okay.
yeah, when you pull down there, the building obscures your sight distance. There's 0 sight
Yeah,
distance.
I
So what this would
know.
do would be to create a stop and put a stop bar on the asphalt. That's what we would ask for.
Okay.
Well, like, so is there, because I know that VDOT has like a menu of options where you can even put in a raised crosswalk or like a speed hump and everything. So basically you're able to make the driver slow down themselves to be more mindful
Anything
of the
would
end of
help.
the road.
Well,
Well, there's already a sign that recommends you slow down to 15.
yeah,
Yeah,
tra-
yeah, but I mean, basically taking a sedan and asking them to
Yeah.
go up several feet into the air, you know.
right.
you-
Well, I'll put my public works hat on
Yeah.
and tell you that traffic calming is not what we need here.
Okay.
It may be better than nothing, obviously, but it's a perfectly appropriate location for a stop sign.
Okay. Yeah, anything would help. It's not a good intersection. Hasn't been.
When you have to pull all the way out into the street to be able to see around the building and somebody possibly already hit you, it's
Yeah.
Used to be the same at Lee Street and Church Street as well.
Say that one more time?
It used to be the same thing at Lee Street and Church Street, but it was a fence that was blocking your view.
I think like most of the major accidents that occur, at least on the VDOT maps, occur between Confederate and Church, right close to like J.J. Emerson's, right at that area, because that's where a lot of that's reported. A lot more collisions at that intersection, and I know the reasons why, because when you're when you're coming out from Jamerson's heading towards the middle school, the way that light operates, like you don't know who has the right of way. And I've seen a lot of stuff happen there.
Yes, yes, and yes. Would be wonderful if we could get something to help.
Maybe even add to the curriculum for the driver's ed, who has the right of way in what situations.
You know,
Because like you say, you get up to this, I know when I get up to Confederate from Church Street, I'm making a left turn, I know the vehicle that's going straight has the right of way, but they sit there. And they sit there, and then I'm like, okay, you sit there. About time I decide to take off, they, oh, well, you know what, I am gonna go.
And it's because of how that, like, a stoplight works, because it doesn't actually tell you. So you're thinking that the other person is supposed to go, and it's not the case for that particular one. So it's a very odd intersection that almost needs to be looked at.
Put the arrows in. That would help. If
so,
it worked as well as the one at Court and Confederate, we'd be in much better shape. And I think it's just historically, coming on from Jones Street in is a lot better. Anywho's. Thank you, sir.
so to circle back around, I want to please ask a question about, you said that the next step is going to be, since Rob spoke with the owners of that building, that we will send a letter. Who are we going to send the letter to the?
To the landowner.
To the land. Okay, gotcha. All right.
All righty. Mr. Boyce.
Just one thing. Of course, near and dear to my heart, tomorrow is Veterans Day. Freedom is not free. And I would have really have liked to seen a proclamation in support of the veterans. But I would like to at least get it on the calendar for next year, for the first council meeting, that we do indeed make a proclamation thanking our veterans. Only place in the world you can be as wrong as you want to be, but that's your right.
So, Mr. Boyce, you'd like to sponsor a proclamation?
Absolutely.
Next year.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Spiegel.
And I would like to add, that's a wonderful idea, and I would like to add I'm a member of the American Legion Auxiliary, by the way, among other things that I'm members of. And I proudly support our American Legion. We are very, very, it's a wonderful group. And so are the ladies. And I would like to add that we, or suggest that we have a proclamation for Memorial Day as well. And I would like to just remind the public that tomorrow morning, of course, our office will be closed, but tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at the American Legion Hall, which I feel pretty sure will be in, the program will be inside because of the freezing cold weather. But sometimes when it's pretty, we'll have it out on the grounds of the Legion Hall. And it's on Oakley Avenue. Just go right down Oakley Avenue past St. Anne's, keep going, and you will find it on the left. And just pull in, park, and we would love to have you come and be with us as we celebrate and honor our veterans. And I would also like to thank everyone who ran for office. You all did a good job campaigning and working towards your goals. And I think that you all did a good job, and I commend you for that. So that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Garrett.
I don't have anything.
Mr. Mayor, just one more thing, please.
Yes, sir.
I apologize, one other thing I'd let slip. I sent an email out a couple weeks back, and I didn't hear any objections, so I just want to let you know that I'd like to put an email out on Wednesday, letting staff know that we will be closed Wednesday, November 26th, in observance of Thanksgiving, for all the hard work that they've done and continue to do. So just making sure that everybody got my email, and having heard no objections, I'm going to move forward with that.
Please do
Sounds
so.
like a wonderful idea.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, might I add one more
Yes, sir.
comment, please? Thank you. January 1st, there is going to be an open seat on council. I would vitally recommend that someone would put in an application.
Yes,
And of course, we're going to have to go through the advertising and all that, but hey, I think you ran a pretty good race, and I think we need more level-headed, conservative people that wants to kind of watch things to make sure that we don't get ourselves into too much trouble.
I would like to see us not get into any trouble.
How soon can we start that process? Do we have to wait till the end of his term, or can we?
That's, maybe, well, I can
You
put
can
Frank
report-
on the spot, but I'll just tell you, we've worked through the process as far as we know that we can seat somebody via appointment. They can stay there until November. So that part we've settled. I can't imagine a reason why we couldn't do the process before January 1st. Do you know of any reason why we couldn't do the, okay, so we just have to do the same thing. We have to do the advertisement, we accept applications, what we've all just been through here a few months back. So we'll go ahead and get that process started. And that way, first meeting in January, someone will be seated in Counselor Simpson's vacancy.
He has 1 year left on his term next year.
Which is why, well, that's why the person will be able to serve out
That's right.
until November, and then they'll face an election again.
The regular election. Okay?
Thank you, Michael.
Good.
I was going to ask you that question later, but we're good. Thank you, Jim, for that. Is any other business come from the Appomattox Town Council at this time?
I'll second.
Motion made and properly second for adjournment. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you all for coming out tonight.